Today we talking about 2020. We talking about 2020, 2020. Alright. So today, I'm just talking about and just giving my opinions and my theory on how this year is going and how things isn't what it seems. Like, for real. So, we gonna go through each month. Probably not each month because I don't think my times is right. But we're gonna go through each month about 2020. The 2020 series is going to be a monthly segment where I just get my thoughts on how this year had went for the entire nation, myself, and things like that. But we're going to start through each month. A new time to shine, another 10 years to conquer and things like that. And then this year just shut down. It all started, in my opinion, when Kobe Bryant had passed away in a helicopter crash. Rest in peace to him and his daughter and things like that. And I just felt as though, like, that just sparked something in the universe, actually. Like, it was definitely not meant to happen at all. But it just sparked something. Like, it all started with his death, unfortunately. And I just feel as though everything else that happened this year was very unnatural. Like, I just feel as though the only natural thing that had happened was the helicopter crash. You know, unfortunately, it wasn't his time, sure, but that was the only natural thing that I feel as though that was natural during 2020. Let's see, what's next? So, next we have the minor cases of corona. So, out of nowhere, we get all these updates saying that it's a new virus spreading, being as though someone is doing experiments with bats and stuff like that. And I think that was kind of natural too, but now that I think about it, it's really not. So, if you know, bats have very, 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 very good but super bad immune system. There's more cases spreading in Asia and things like that, and then eventually it makes its way to the United States. So, the United States go in lockdown and things like that, which is very, 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 very sad. We went in lockdown. They shut everything down, businesses and things like that. And then eventually, it started calming down in certain states, in certain countries and things like that. But the thing that doesn't add up to me is that how eventually the place that the virus had originated from has less cases than the United States. Like, how does the United States have so many cases and deaths more than the place that it came from? It just don't make sense. And then our stupid president keeps saying that, oh, we're doing this, that, and the third to stop corona. Oh, we doing these many amount of tests. And then people that's a part of your team is saying that we don't even have the resources in order to do the testing. So it just doesn't make sense to me. In this corona thing, it really isn't what it is, in my opinion. Personally, I think this was just a way how to take people out. Actually, the virus is real. A lot of people have said they caught it and they really didn't like the experience at all, so I'm not knocking that down at all. But I just feel as though it really isn't what it is. Like, it should be no reason why the United States has more cases than the places it came from, and then it should be no reason why the economy don't even know what they doing, for real, in my opinion. But next up, we got, I'm not sure what month we in now, but from what I remember, we got the Asian hornets. So the Asian hornets had came from Asia. Again, another thing coming from Asia. So they came from Asia. Whole time they big as crap. They about as big as my hand going this way. They came out of nowhere. They are very well, not similar, but the same thing that happened to these hornets is the same thing that happened to those moths that popped up out of nowhere that came to the country from Asia again. So I just feel as though the government got some type of relationship with Asia, shipping over bugs over here to just knock people out, because this economy ain't enough for everybody, I guess, in their opinion. And then they just come out of nowhere. I didn't hear much about them actually like popping up, but I seen a few videos. You know, videos come through quick, especially if you live in Philly and things like that. But They came, I never heard of no deaths, but still they deadly. They came from Asia, and it's just like this whole year was just a whole conspiracy and things like that. And then back to Corona, personally, I think that is not an actual virus that had just came naturally. I think it's a man-made virus, because I just think it is. I just think it is, because it's just like cool. The same thing happened with Ebola, but Ebola had vanished. There's no vaccine for Corona as of yet. And then let me talk about Ebola. So a few weeks ago on Twitter, it says Ebola is slowly coming back because it was an outbreak in Africa again. It should be no reason why Ebola is back, for no reason. I just feel as though the government have different jars set in different places in the world of viruses, and they just crack it open and make somebody get it, and then it spreads. Honestly, I just feel as though no virus is some viruses are actually real, but I just feel as though some of these viruses is just fake, and just like this government is shot. The government is shot. The government is shot. It's shot. It's shot. I just feel as though a lot of things is fake, and it's just a way how they could make money and just get people out of here, because they don't want us here. And then whole time, I believe someone that's a part of the president's, like board or whatever, has said that it's going to hit African American communities more than it hit the Caucasian and white people's communities and things like that. They out to get us. And then right before you know it, another white man take another black man's life by kneeing down on his neck. Come on now. Rest in peace to George Floyd, and condolences to his family, but this whole year is just full of no, not at all. This is not a regular year, and this is not how you start off a new decade at all. Honestly, this year is just shot. They took another black man's life at that, by stepping on his neck. Since when does police get trained to put your knee on somebody's neck? And then you want to tell the person to shut up, saying when they can't breathe? Come on now. You can't keep doing this, man. And then you can't be mad that we're looting and things like that. You can't be mad because you're not hearing our voices at all. And then y'all gonna have to hear it, because we're gonna steal from y'all. We're gonna hurt y'all businesses, these white-owned businesses. We're gonna steal. We're gonna do this, that, and the third, until we get our voices heard, because we're just sick and tired of it. We've been through so many different times that's very similar to this situation, and it's not fair at all. But y'all be so quick. Y'all be so quick to take a black man's life that's not doing nothing. Black men or women at that. Y'all quick to take any African American life over the simplest things. But meanwhile, we got some white folks who's doing homicides, suicides, kidnapping, raping, doing all this other stuff. Meanwhile, y'all killing people who, one, don't have license plates. Oh, someone that got a broken light in their car. Oh, y'all just shooting black people because y'all think y'all got the power to do so. Yes, y'all have the power to do so, but we're not the same people that we was before, honestly. This whole new generation of African American folk, we're not like that no more. Yes, back in the day, we definitely had a backbone, but being as though time has changed, we got a more stronger backbone from our ancestors and things like that. And it's just like we're not tolerating that disrespect no more. It's just like we can't no more. Honestly. This whole year is shot. This government is shot, and this president is shot. I really Speaking about this president, so y'all know how Simpsons is never incorrect about anything they say. So, they was not lying about 9/11. They wasn't lying about Apple Watches. They wasn't lying about a few other things that happened during this whole world situation and things like that. So they came up with this theory, of course they did, that a certain amount of things is going to happen during a certain period of time. So it goes through different chapters. It starts off with the White House turning off their lights, and then come to find out, the White House did. The first time in U.S. history they did. They turned off the lights in the front. Next, we got rioting. look at where we at now. We got millions of people rioting in support of George Floyd and African American rights. That's happening. 3, they got police buildings on fire. That already happened. Cars on fire, buildings on fire, places getting looted, and things like that. That's already happening. And then last but not least, we got President Trump. And not my president. That's not my president. Don't get me started. That's not my president at all. But we got that man. That's your president. You know, you can respect that. But it's just like, that's not mine. Always repping Obama. But, last but not least, we got Trump in a casket. I'm waiting for that, because it's just like Simpsons had not let anybody down at all. So I'm just going through. I'm waiting for it. Everybody want to see that man in a casket. There's some people that support him. If you do, cool, rock out. But I don't support him or you for that decision and things like that. But Simpsons is not letting nobody down. So if he want to be in a casket, let him be in a casket. Somebody gonna take him down eventually. He might have a heart attack when he don't win the 2020 election. But that's why you need to go vote. You need to go vote, because your voice needs to be heard. If you're not 18 or you're not eligible to vote, promote voting, because it will definitely get somebody out there to go vote. Because voting is what holds the economy together and things like that. And you need to get that proper person in office and things like that. He had did good for the economy other than a stimulus. I don't hear it. That stimulus is not even enough. That's a month's worth of rent. What is somebody going to do with a calm $1,200? What is nobody going? Nobody's going to do nothing with that besides pay bills and rent. And then, cool, you got unemployment and things like that, but still, you have nothing to prove that you was a good president. You didn't do nothing other than a stimulus. Like, come on now. What have you done other than bring hurt to the economy? You had went to war with your own economy. You went to war with your own country. How do you bring National Guard out to your own country to put your citizens in harm? Who does that? That's very stupid. Like, come on now. Who thinks of declaring war on their own country just to harm people from not looting these businesses and things like that? Cool, the economy, money going down, being as though that's stolen merchandise, but you could replace shirts and hoodies and socks and shoes, but you can't replace another black man's life. Science is not that advanced to start cloning people. We can't do that. We can't. And you can't blame nobody on that. Listen, our voices are going to be heard at the end of the day. And if it's not, you're going to wait for the Simpsons, because you're going to be in a casket very soon. He might have a stroke when he lose 2020 election. He might get shot, you know. They took Martin Luther King away, and why not take that man away, you know? 2020 series. And it's just going to be epic. I'm just going to keep you guys updated. Once again, this is my opinion, my thoughts, and I definitely want to hear yours. If you disagree, just tell me you disagree. But personally, these are my thoughts, so you just can't be mad. But I'm very appreciative for you watching and listening to me rant and, you know, get my opinions on how this year has been so far, and how I feel as though things are unnatural and natural, and how things aren't as it seems. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because more content is coming real soon. Yo, I really like this green on me. This really... But, like, comment, and subscribe, guys, and I will be back before you know it. Until I see you guys, I'll see you guys. Peace out.